People keep telling you, be disciplined, be consistent, wake up early, reread books, eat clean. It's all good advice, no doubt, but let me tell you something I've learned through every stage of my life. Discipline will take you far. Yes, but it's obsession that will take you all the way. Discipline is about routines. Obsession is about passion. Discipline will have you ticking boxes. Obsession, it'll make you rip the boxes apart and rewrite the script. When I started acting, I wasn't the most talented guy in the room. I didn't have the perfect jawline or the smoothest voice or the dancing skills of the big stars. What I had was fire, obsession, madness. I was obsessed with the craft, not with fame, not with fans, with truthful performance, with the silence between words in a scene, with how pain looks in the eyes of a man pretending to smile. I used to rehearse for hours, alone, in front of mirrors. I would say the same line again and again, not to impress anyone, but to see if I could feel it deeper than the last time. You see, obsession doesn't care about praise. It's not waiting for validation. It doesn't need followers or likes. Obsession is personal. It's between you and your calling. It's the voice that whispers to you at 2 a.m. When everyone else is asleep, get up. You still haven't given it everything. You cannot become extraordinary while being casual. You cannot touch greatness with one hand still scrolling your phone. If you want to become the best in 6 months, then your dream must become your religion. You must wake up thinking about it, talk about it until your friends get tired of hearing it, work on it until your hands bleed or your eyes burn, and go to sleep with it echoing in your bones. I've seen this kind of obsession in every genius I've met, whether it's athletes, scientists, businessmen, or artists. There's a certain madness in their eyes. They don't live like everyone else. They're not chasing balance. They're chasing brilliance. Look, I'm not asking you to become unhealthy or destroy your life. But I'm telling you this, if you want to transform your life in just 6 months, you cannot walk the same path that ordinary people walk. You need to take the harder road, the lonelier road. And yes, it might get dark sometimes. You'll miss parties. You'll get called weird. You'll lose some friends. You'll feel exhausted. But in the end, you'll come out with something irreplaceable. You'll have become the best. Obsession isn't glamorous. It's raw. It's sleepless nights. It's self-doubt. It's rewriting the same scene 20 times. It's running in the rain when no one's watching. It's pouring your soul into something with zero guarantees of success. But that's what makes it so powerful. Because most people won't do it. Most people will stop. Most people will choose comfort. But you won't. Because you're not doing it for applause. You're doing it because it's who you are. I remember shooting for Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. We were tired, sleep-deprived, hungry. But I was obsessed with making every frame count. Not because I knew it would become a classic. I had no idea. I just wanted to honor the moment, give it everything. And that's what obsession does. It makes you fall in love with the process, not the prize. If you're learning something new, be it coding, dancing, designing, building a business, don't aim to be good. Aim to get lost in it. Make people uncomfortable with how intensely you care. Let them laugh. Let them misunderstand, because one day they'll look back and realize he wasn't crazy. He was just ahead of us. This is your moment. These 6 months are not ordinary. They're your doorway. And the key to that door is not talent, not luck. It's obsession. Because when the world sees someone burning that brightly, it has no choice but to stop and watch. So go on. Burn. Obsess. Give so much of yourself to your dream that even failure gets tired of chasing you. And remember this, when you're obsessed, you don't chase success, you become it. There's a fire inside you, a small, sacred flame that wants to grow. It's your spark. That quiet voice inside that says, I was meant for more. And if you nurture it, if you protect it, it becomes a blaze the world cannot ignore. But the truth is, most people never become what they're capable of, not because they aren't talented or hardworking, but because they let the wrong thing extinguish their spark. If you want to become the best in 6 months, there's one thing you must do first. Ruthlessly eliminate everything that kills your spark. Not politely. Not gradually. Ruthlessly. With full awareness and zero apology. Let me tell you what I mean. There was a time in my life when I was surrounded by noise. Not the noise of traffic or cameras, but the noise of people's opinions. Don't do that role. You're not hero material. You overact. You're too unconventional. And it would have been so easy to let that noise seep into my bloodstream, to let it define me. But I didn't. Because deep down I knew that my flame, no matter how fragile, was real. And it was mine to protect. The world will not hand you peace. It will hand you distraction, temptation, doubt. You must be smart enough to know what feeds your soul and what drains it like poison. Start with the people around you. Who makes you feel alive? Who challenges you? Who believes in the version of you that you're still becoming? Keep them. But anyone, no matter how close, who constantly dismisses your goals, who laughs at your ambition, who feeds your fear instead of your courage, you have to let them go. I know that sounds harsh, but this journey isn't for the faint of heart. You are building something precious. You don't need doubters holding the blueprint. Then there's your daily life, the invisible routines that slowly dull your edge. Hours on your phone, drowning in someone else's life. Scrolling, liking, envying, comparing. You don't need that. You don't need to know what 100 strangers had for dinner or what someone's highlight reel looks like. While you're watching them live, your own life is passing you by. If you spend more time consuming than creating, you're not building your legacy. You're just watching others build theirs. Kill the bad habits. Kill the overthinking. Kill the addiction to comfort. Because comfort is the enemy of growth. Your spark will not survive in a life that's too soft, too quiet, too safe. It needs pressure, it needs risk. It needs space to roar. You think I never had doubts? That I never felt tired? I've had nights where I've stared at the ceiling wondering if any of this was worth it. With the fame, the noise, the expectations were all just too much. But then I'd remember why I started. I'd remember that scared boy from Delhi with a dream so big it didn't fit inside his reality. And I'd eliminate the noise, the guilt, the self-pity, and I'd get up. You have to do the same. Ask yourself, what are you holding onto that's holding you back? Is it fear of failure? Let it go. Is it guilt about disappointing people? Let it go. Is it the need to be liked by everyone? Oh, my friend, you must definitely let that go. Be selfish with your energy. Guard your time like it's your life, because it is. You don't owe everyone access to you. You don't owe the world explanations for your choices. You owe yourself results. You owe your dream everything. You're not weak for walking away from people who don't align with your purpose. You're not arrogant for saying no. You're not cruel for protecting your peace. You're simply someone who understands that greatness doesn't bloom in a garden full of weeds. The next 6 months of your life can be the most powerful season you've ever lived. But only if you clean the space, cut the distractions, burn the bridges that lead to nowhere. You can't carry dead weight into your future. It's time to travel light. You don't need more advice. You need more clarity. And clarity comes when you stop listening to everything outside you and start trusting what's inside you. That spark, that voice, that feeling you get when you're doing what you love, it's your compass. Follow it. Obsessively. Unapologetically. So I say this again, eliminate what kills your spark. Not tomorrow. Not when it's convenient. Now. Because what you're meant to become is waiting. But it won't wait forever. Failure, it's a word people are terrified of. As if it's a stain they'll never wash off. As if failing means they are less intelligent, less worthy, less human. But I'll tell you something, failure has been my greatest teacher, my most honest friend, my fiercest motivator. If you want to become the best in 6 months, you have to stop fearing failure and start studying it. Respect it. Learn from it. Because failure, if you're brave enough to face it, will teach you things success never can. You see, falling is not the opposite of flying. It's a part of it. Every hero you've ever admired, every champion you've ever wanted to be like, they've all failed. Not once, not twice, but again and again. And you know what separates them from the rest? They didn't stop. They didn't give up. They didn't let a temporary fall become a permanent ending. When I started out, people thought I was too ordinary to be a star. I wasn't tall enough, wasn't macho enough, didn't have that chocolate boy charm. But I never let their opinions define my potential. And yet there were days when I doubted myself. Times when films flopped. Times when I stood backstage wondering if the applause had finally ended for good. I faced rejections that felt like punches to the chest. I've delivered lines with everything I had only to see the scene get cut. And I've looked at the headlines where critics called me outdated, overrated, finished. But every time life knocked me down, I fell with style. I fell with purpose. And more importantly, I rose. You want to know why failure hurts so much? Because it wakes you up. It strips away the illusions and leaves behind nothing but the truth. And the truth is, No matter how talented you are, how hard you work, or how good your intentions are, sometimes you will fail. Life is not a straight road. It's a maze of broken paths, wrong turns, and unexpected storms. And if you expect it to be easy, you're setting yourself up for heartbreak. But if you treat failure like a classroom, if you observe it, understand it, sit with it, it becomes your mentor. You start to see patterns. You start to recognize where you went wrong, where you hesitated, where you settled. Failure gives you feedback that success hides. It's not trying to destroy you, it's trying to shape you. You have to bleed for what you believe in. You have to lose sometimes to learn what winning actually feels like. And most importantly, you have to keep getting back up, each time stronger, each time clearer, each time with more hunger in your heart. The world is full of talented people who quit after their first failure, but talent means nothing without resilience. You want to be the best, then train your mind to withstand loss. Train your soul to remain calm in chaos, because the moment you become comfortable with discomfort, you become unbreakable. You don't need a perfect record. You need courage. Courage to risk. Courage to fall. Courage to try again when everything inside you is screaming to stop. That's how legends are born. Not from smooth paths, but from rough climbs. From scars that carry stories. From broken dreams that got rebuilt stronger than ever. And here's something else I've learned: when you embrace failure, it loses its power over you. You stop being afraid. You stop playing small. You take bigger swings. You speak louder. You walk into rooms with confidence because you're no longer pretending to be flawless. You've made peace with the fall. You become dangerous not because you've never lost, but because you've learned how to rise. So if in the next 6 months you fall flat on your face, good. That means you're moving. That means you're trying. That means you're alive. And when that happens, don't hide. Don't run. Sit with the pain. Feel it. Let it burn.